Hi everyone. Sorry about the delay. We're having several technical issues today, so please bear with us until we get this thing working. Hopefully you're still there and give me some feedback if you can hear me. If you can see me, I need 1 second. I don't think I'm live, to be honest. End of broadcast. Don't know. Can't see. Okay, I think I'm live, and I need my microphone. Okay? So, hi guys. I am sorry today. We've been having several issues, technical issues. So please bear with us. These things happen and happen on the right day because I was about talking about reality, and this is reality. What else do you want more than this? This is reality. Things happen when you less expect it. But we are here. We are trying to do our best to accommodate and to be here and have this conversation with you. So, good evening for those who are already here. So, my cousin in Portugal, hello. Mariana, hello. Claudia, Francine, Elena, Josie, Yolanda, Val. Well, it's a lot of people already here. Hello, everyone. Miss you all. I'm sorry I couldn't be here last week for some other issues, but I'm here today. And today is about building awareness on your current reality. The reason why I decide to do that is because most of us, we have issues to deal with life when life throws at us difficulties. And we start to think that all the bad things happen to us, and we lose the ability to respond to to problems like this one we're having today. We have to keep calm because these things happen every day, and so we should not really worry too much. Sometimes things that we think are very important, they are not really that important. So we sometimes take things too serious. So one of the questions I'm going to put here today to you is, do you think that you give a lot of attention to things that are not really important? Is that your case? Because in many people that I know, that is the problem. I have a lot of people calling me, sending me message, asking me, Maria, why all these things happen to me? Why me? And I ask always, why not you? Why not us? So when life throw at us problems, is for us to train, for us to learn to deal with those issues. Because if life goes smoothly, we usually don't learn much. That's the way things are. We learn more with mistakes when things don't go according to plan than when things go smoothly. So when things start happen in your life, in my life, in our life, and we start getting difficulty to deal with stuff, we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing that we are not supposed to be doing? What are the things that we have to address? And these are the questions that sometimes we don't ask. We usually ask, or we usually say, oh, this is because it's someone else's fault. So we don't take responsibility to our own reality. So that is one of the things I want to talk to you about today. So if you have any questions during this live stream, please put them here in the comments and I'll read them and I'll try to respond. I'll try to answer them the best of my ability. But one of the questions that people ask me all the time, and I have here several ones to read to you, is why things are so difficult. Um, Things are difficult. Everything is relative, because things that for some people might seem very difficult, for other people they may be very easy. But if you start to believe that everything happened to you is difficult, and if you think that whatever happened to you, you're not lucky, money is just for other people, you were not born on the right day under the right star, so you start to attract to you that kind of energy, because our frequency is our currency. And I'll say that again, our frequency is our currency. So if we are vibrating a very low vibration, we are not going to get the good things that we all want to get. So I would like to ask you today one question, and is this one. Let me ask you very correctly. Are the things that you want are really the things that you want? Are you sure the things you say you want are really the things that you want? Because what happens sometimes during my coach sessions, sometimes I found this out, that people say they want some things, and when I ask them several questions, they realize that is not exactly what they want. Because most of the times we think we want something, but we haven't have done an enough investigation. We haven't actually really asked ourselves, mainly, why do we want the things we say we want? And this is very crucial. This is so important that we understand. Because I know I keep saying these things in here, but it's amazing to see that doesn't really matter how many times I ask these simple questions. They might seem simple, but they are not simple at all. Because if I were to ask you today, why do you want the things you say you want? I am pretty sure that not many people would answer that question. Because we are always wanting just stuff just for because other people want have that stuff, or I want to have that amount of money because my family have that amount of money. I want to have that job because my friend got that job. Really, do you really want the things that you say you want? This is reality check. We have to check our reality, because sometimes we say something and our reality is a completely different thing. So we have to really check if we are in the place, and if we are in the space, if you are in the energy to attract to us the things we say we want. Because sometimes I'm saying one thing and my energy is saying something completely different. I am not congruent with what I say and with what I do. So many people tell me, Maria, I want to become a millionaire, but they don't want to do anything. So the other day I said, think of the trap of 80-20, by being 18 being the mindset and 20 being the action. But most of times what we do 80% of action and 20% of mindset. And then we ask ourselves why things are so difficult. This is another question I get asked all the time. Why, Maria, why things for me are so difficult? And I ask the same question. Why things for us or for you are so difficult? We ask the questions, but we have to give time and we have to answer them, because we ask questions about ourselves to other people, expecting them to answer them. But really, who have the really answers is ourselves. The problem is that sometimes we don't ask ourselves the right questions. And of course, if you don't ask the right questions, you're never going to have the right answers. Simply as that. The other thing people say all the time is, oh, Maria, it's so difficult to change. Well, if you believe change is difficult, it will be. Simply as that. If you want to change in your life, are you prepared to do what it takes to change? There's a question. Are we prepared to do everything it takes to change? Maria, I want to change my career. Fine, why not? So many thousands of people every single day are changing their careers. Everybody succeeds? No. But do you have everything it takes to be successful? Is your mindset in the right place? I have a friend who's a psychologist, and he always tells me, Maria, the coaches are always saying that we can't do everything, and it's not so. No, it's not so. But first of all, not everybody is going to be successful. Yeah, that is true. And why not? Because not everybody is going to do what it takes to be successful. Simply as that. Some people have limitations, like physical limitations. I have got illness. They've got learning difficulties. They have all that. So taking that into consideration, I know a lot of people who had several difficulties and they still very successful at what they do. Because what being successful means to us. If we think about Helen Keller, I know I talk about her because I think she was an amazing woman. She was blind, she was deaf, and she learned several languages without hear or seeing. Everything was touch. I mean, if that woman became what she became, come on. But the problem is we want everybody to do everything, but we want us just to be in the same place. We don't want to expand into an unknown world, in an unknown territory. So we blame the world, we blame the government, we blame the weather. When we keep blaming, we are in a society where we're always looking for someone to blame. But the reality is that it's our responsibility to take care of our lives. Our lives are at the right place where we can tolerate. I know I said that here the other day, but I have to repeat sometimes some concepts because otherwise we don't grasp it. I'm not undermining anybody's intelligence, but for myself, sometimes I have to hear once, twice, 3 times until I get it. And this concept sometimes is hard to grasp. It was hard for me too. So we are in the place where we are. And if we are not happy, we have to do something to change. We cannot wait for someone else to come and be the savior. That is in very rare cases. But if we are not happy where we are, so it's our responsibility to change. And the word responsibility means the ability to respond. So if in certain areas of my life, I don't take responsibility, it's because in that particular area, I don't have the ability to respond to that particular issue. So what can I do? Oh, I tried everything, but I can't do anything. Ask for help. Hire a coach, hire a psychologist, hire whatever. That's why these people are there. Are here to help us. So take responsibility. Build awareness about where you are. Because it's only when you do that, then you can move forward. Because otherwise we are in a fantasy land where we not going anywhere. I have a teacher who used to tell me, we are motivated by double P. And double P stands for pain and pleasure. So we are motivated by moving in life through pain or pleasure. So if I fall in love with someone and then that means I have to change country, I have to change job, I have to do something, I'll do it because I'm motivated. Or If I have to pay my taxes and I don't manage to pay and I leave it for the last minute, then the pain of paying a penalty motivates me to do whatever I have to do, what I've been postponed to do for 9 months or 11 months. So we are always motivated by one or other. But unfortunately, most of the times, we are motivated by pain. And that is unfortunate because we suffer without really need to. So my question is, do you really think, you that listen to me today, and I know there is other people here, you that here, do you really think that changing is difficult? Because if you believe change is difficult, it's going to be. Remember, 20% action, 80% mindset. Mindset is how do you respond to life? How do we respond to life? We see some of us were born in the year 70s. I know it seems to be like ages ago. Actually, it was last millennium. But anyway, in those days, we never used to have iPhones. Okay, but now everyone has a cell phone or a mobile phone, iPhone or another one. And it's so interesting because every other month we get a message on our phone saying needs to be updated. And we get very busy updating it because we know if we don't do that, in a few weeks, the phone won't respond, don't work the way we wish the phone to work. But we do that with our phones, with our devices, but we don't do that with ourselves. We don't upgrade. And why not? We live in a technology society with so many facilities, but ourselves, the way we think, is still so backwards. And that stays for our system, our education system. We stay in the revolutionary, we're still in the 30, 20, 100 years ago, the way we still educate our children. We're still in the times of when people thought that things have to be in a certain way. We cannot really branch some other different ways. We can, but we have to want to do it. And that's why I start the question, do you really want the things you say you want? Because I want you to go tonight and think about, do I really want the things I say I want, or is just a lie that I've been telling myself? Because funny enough, we do that a lot. We don't even realize, but it's true. Some people say, oh, Maria, I wish I go back to Brazil, or I wish I live somewhere nice in a sunny country, or someone, But when I ask them what they do, what are they doing about that, they're not doing anything. So do they really want that? I ask. So check. So I've been saying a lot about talking about this to my clients this week. Is like we upgrade our phones, we upgrade our computers. So when we have a computer and the system in that computer no longer works, what we have to install? A new one. So if we steal a new one, the old program don't work anymore. So, but we want to function, we want to change, we want to have new ideas, new beliefs, but we are running still our mindset in the old program. Doesn't work like that. We have to get rid of our old programs with our old limit beliefs. Because those are the things that make us be stuck in the past, and we have to let them go. So what is your current reality? Where are you? Where do you want to go? Because sometimes we say we want to go somewhere, but we don't really know where to go. There is a saying that when you are at sea and you don't really know where to port, any wind help you to go anywhere because you don't know where to port. So any wind can take you anywhere. So think where you want to go, because if you don't know, you're not going anywhere. So there was a research made in England a few years back. There was a few researchers stand in Victoria Station, one of the busiest train stations in the UK. And there was people watching. And at peak hours, there is very busy. So what the researcher realized, that people who knew exactly where they're going, which train they were going to get, and which shops they were going to go, they would navigate themselves without touching anybody. But people who were just lost, they didn't know which train to take, where to go, they keep bumping into people. That's to show us that when we don't know where we're going, we keep bumping into people, into things. But when we have a direction, when we know exactly where we go straight. We have a goal. We have something where we directing ourselves. So think about this. So let's see if anybody has here any questions. I see everybody's very quiet today. That's the truth, says Lolita. If we don't have a goal, we stay stuck. Yes, and that's where we stay most of the times. I'm not saying, I cannot generalize, because not everybody like that. But yes, we do. So Claudia says, when we don't know ourselves, our fears paralyzes and everything becomes difficult. On the other hand, nothing holds us back. It causes us to stop once we are 100% sure of what we want. Yes, Claudia, you are absolutely right. And you know that because sometimes it's difficult for us to know what we want, but that's why we need help. And I know you had help, you having help, and it makes a lot of difference. Okay, so if you don't know where you want to go, ask for help. Ask for someone to help you to find where you want to go. Sometimes in the old days, when we didn't have GPSs and all these devices on our mobile phones, if we had to go to somewhere we never been, we would open the window and ask so where is this street, where is this town, and people will help us. So it's the same thing. If we don't know our direction, we have to ask for help, because there is no GPS to tell us where we should go when we don't know where we want to go to start with. Okay, so reality check. Check where you are, check what you want, where you want to go, and then from there we can do something. Okay, guys, listen, it's been a pleasure. I'm sorry about the delay. It's been a pleasure to talk to you today. It's always wonderful to be here. I missed not being with you here last week. And I have also to tell you that I won't be here in the next 2 weeks, because I'll be on holiday, because I know where I want to go. So let me see. Lolita says, how do we save through plans that have, I'm sorry, Lolita, how we save through plans that we have but seem so unsure which ones is the one? Yeah, that seems to me, Lolita, then we think, you might think you know, but you don't know yet. That's why sometimes we are unsure. So we have to do a reality check. As I said from the beginning, is this really what I want? Because if you answer, you have to be very honest with yourselves. Okay, you have to be honest. Is this really what I want, and why do I want this? So if you're real, you will find which one, because we all know. You see, a coach is not the one who give you answers. It's the one who help you to find your own answers, because deep inside we all know what is best for us. Okay, Francine, what do you say about updating ourselves? Makes a lot of sense. Never thought about that in that way. You see, Francine, we have to update ourselves, my dear, because if the mobile phones need update, so do we. because we are much more intelligent than mobile phones, although we might think that we are not. So Alda says, meditation can help. Yes, meditation can help, because meditation helps you to go inside of yourselves and, do have that conversation with yourself. But if we are in a busy world, doing too much and being very little, then we can't find the answers. I know I was very subtle when I said that, but I mean it. We are very busy doing, and we spend a very little time being present, being here with us. I'm guilty of that. I'm telling you, I am very busy. Sometimes I have to force myself to be in the present moment and to meditate. But I know after I do that, I reap the benefits. I am so much happy for it. And that's why I say that, yes, do meditate, because will help you. Okay, guys, this live was supposed to be 15 minutes, but of course, once I start, is now 25. So thank you so much for being here. Love you all. Have a fantastic Easter, and I'll see you around. Let's see what Val says. Quite profound topic. Yes, Val. So anyway, guys, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a fantastic time, and do me a favor. Be happy, because happiness is a matter of choice. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye now.